What is going on, guys? And I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to TinyRig. So if you watched the last video, we built out a build sheet for my new setup, which is going to be the Alu-Cab Canopy Camper. And I know it's been a while, it's been about 3 weeks or so since I posted a video. We were out exploring Northern California, but now that we're back, I'm working on that footage. And at the same time as I do that, the shop has my truck. So before we get into this video, if you're interested in purchasing an Alu-Cab, or if you're interested in learning more on these types of setups, I'll be linking all TinyRig's information down below in the bio, their number, their Instagram, their email. You can send them a message. I'm sure they'll be more than happy to answer your questions. But the goal for today's video is to document one of the most important parts of prepping one of these canopies, and that is their advanced sealing process. So basically what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going through all the steps that they do in order to seal those canopy campers to the bed of the truck, keeping every single element out. That way when you're at camp, you don't have to worry about moisture, no dust, nothing. It's kind of a long process, but at the same time, this is what separates TinyRig from most shops, because these guys do it right the first time. Man, guys, I feel like I live here, and every time we're here, we run into some pretty cool builds, including the one over there in the back. I wonder whose Tacoma that is. But down here, I believe we have Jeff chilling, hanging out. We got the homie Ryan. We got the homie Kyle over there, and we got Luke somewhere in the house.
Alright, so the process for our advanced sealing is, first thing we go around all the edges, wipe everything really well with alcohol to make sure the surface is all clean, no dirt or anything like that. 'Cause sometimes we get trucks come in and their bed caps are pretty dirty, or parts of the bed and stuff, so we wipe that down really well with alcohol, and then we come in and we tape everything up really well and really spend our time doing a good job taping, because the straighter lines you have and the neater you can make it, the better it's going to look after the fact. And then in certain areas along like this Tacoma, between the fitment kit and the tail light, basically there's like some bigger gaps, and what we'll do to fill those, instead of just doing Sika, because it's kind of a big gap for a GUI caulking to hold and be able to shape, we back it up with butyl and fill that space with butyl tape basically, and smush it in there so that the Sika Flex has something to kind of stick to, other than just the sides. And then once we're there, we caulk it with Sika Flex and make sure it's squeezed in as far as we can get it, and all the cracks and everything, to make sure it's got like a good bond to everything. And then after that, we do the fancy finger drag, try and make it look as smooth and uniform as possible. And then once we've cleaned up all the excess Sika by dragging our finger around all the edges and stuff, then we pull tape. And pulling tape is a pretty satisfying part of it, and depending on how well you place the tape, makes your job after that easier or harder. And then after the tape's pulled, come back with some soapy water and a finger and smooth out any little imperfections or anything like that. And the soapy water helps kind of lubricate your finger as you're smoothing stuff out, so that the Sika actually doesn't stick to your finger. So that's how we get it a little extra smooth after the fact. So the benefits of doing the Sika Flex in addition to butyl in spots is, it's, in some cases, it's like a second barrier for sealing. So we put butyl everywhere that we can when we mount the camper to the truck bed, but the Sika Flex is a combination of another barrier for dust, dirt, moisture, water, all that kind of stuff, as like kind of the first line of defense. And then if it does get past, you've got the butyl behind it. But it's also a big aesthetic thing too, so it makes a nice clean transition from bed caps to camper, and then fitment kit to the truck, and kind of anywhere that the camper is meeting the truck or the fitment kit is meeting the camper. It just kind of cleans everything up and gives it a nice finish and transition between all the different components.
So while we're here, I always like to look around and see exactly what they're working on. They always have some pretty cool projects going on. And on this side they have another canopy camper. This one here is for a full size. So you'll notice that they do have 2 doors instead of one single one like mine. And I believe that one here is going on this ram. So this one's also getting prepped. They're going to be doing their advanced sealing and whatnot. Getting all the brackets, getting it all prepped up. And then we got Kyle over here working on a Explorer canopy on this pretty cool Jeep Gladiator. Right?
Yeah.
They're going to be installing something that you might recognize that was on my truck, and that is the kitchen. You want to keep a little cubby with everything organized when you're at camp and you're trying to cook. This kitchen setup works great, bolts right up, and it's also all aluminum as well, so it's not heavy at all. And that's the neat thing about these Explorer canopies, that everything is modular. You have multiple accessories that you can accessorize your canopy with, and it's pretty neat. I think that's what separates Alu-Cab from a lot of the companies. So here at TinyRig, they have an awesome new Employee of the Month. She's right there, Employee of the Month.
That's her.
So everybody, this is Tiff. You guys have probably met her before. And this is Gisela, my wife. She works at TinyRig now. Sorry guys.
Hi.
Bye. Now, one of my favorite things about coming to TinyRig is they always have some pretty cool builds out here, including their own, but sometimes you'll get lucky and you'll catch, you know, a very unique one, like this 4Runner here. It's all matte black. This thing is decked out. The suspension on this thing is pretty gnarly. Long travel. Look at that. So sick. And then we got Luke's Power Wagon here. Full size. This thing is a beast. We got Ryan's Tacoma. Sick. Then we got Kyle's. This Land Cruiser is so dope. And we got Tips. Last but not least, we have Daniel's. Haha! This actually belongs to Luke. So sick. What's good, you player?
What's up? Long time no see.
Hey, thank you for visiting TinyRig. How can I help you, sir?
Happy hour, baby. That's all I do. That's all I know. What up? What up, guys? I don't know if you ever tried the easy beers I brought you guys.
Hell yeah.
Some pills and some hazies.
I'm down.
Put them in the fridge for you.
Sweet.
So as we were here, have an important meeting. There goes my hat. Gosh. Jeez. Man. That is why you don't buy Easy Gear, because it flies off like that. You buy only Busta B George swag.
Let me see what you got, George.
So these are the collaboration between me and Jaime. And since I'm always at TinyRig, I wanted to hook them up with some new hats. But the reason why we're meeting up is because we just got back from a solid 7-day trip, and we have a ton of hard drives, a ton of SD cards just hanging out with a bunch of content. So I'm gonna share some of that with Hyman. Hyman's gonna share Hyman.
You did that on purpose, dude.
His name's Hyman, but it was like a group of girls working in the back, and they wrote Hyman in his cup. And I had no clue what it meant, so I just posted it on Instagram, and I looked like a fool. The kitchen here, and
He's here.
Basically, my little headquarters, my kitchen setup for where I cook.
Yep.
And having my. And that's it, guys. That pretty much concludes today's mini shop vlog / information video about their advanced sealing. I know I had a lot of questions about that process, and I figured making a video like this one would help those of you that are interested in the near future, or possibly even waiting for your canopy camper to arrive here at TinyRig. And yeah, look at this. We're actually driving the MY2 because the truck has been at the shop for 2 days now. And these guys are absolutely killing it. But that's, I don't know. I can't wait to go out and actually use it. For now, we're gonna continue just to push forward with the content. We do have a lot of videos from our NorCal video coming up as well. So just bear with me, I'm a little behind. But you can definitely be expecting a few more shop vlogs before this truck is done. The whole goal behind this mini series of the shop vlogs is to document the whole entire process and basically just eliminate any type of questions that you guys may have, or maybe I might just encourage you to possibly get one of these campers. It's been an awesome time having one, and now that we are transitioning from the Canopy Explorer to the Alu-Cab Canopy Camper, I cannot wait to go out and use it and show you guys all the features, what I like about it, what I don't like about it. It's gonna be a great time. So as always, I want to thank you guys so much for always watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.